Good morning. We'll just give a moment to clear the waiting room. Morning, this is the voting meeting before the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Thursday, May 26th, 2022. While the public is encouraged to attend, there will be no additional public testimony accepted today. We'll begin with the licensed premise inspection hearing, which occurred on Tuesday, May 24th, 2022. Item number 1, ER Enterprises LLC doing business as Savour Restaurant and Lounge located at 174 to 180 Lincoln Street. Date of the incident, December 5th, 2021. Assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, patron on patron in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 15A.
Thank you, Danny. The applicant cooperated with the police. I don't think this was foreseeable. I don't see a violation.
I didn't either.
I agree.
No violation. Item number 2, Big Night Venues Boston 4 LLC doing business as Scorpion Bar and Restaurant / The Grand located at 25 Northern Ave. Date of the incident, December 19th, 2021. Assault and battery, patron on employee in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A, and assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, employee on patron in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 15A.
I think this was a case of an employee who went rogue. The licensee has all of the proper safety and security things in place. The staff was cooperative with the investigation. The employee was actually not defending herself, and it was in violation of the policies. The licensee did everything they could to retrain and take measures to make sure this didn't happen again. So I see no violation.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item number 3, Home Run Cafe Inc. doing business as Home Run Cafe located at 1269 Massachusetts Avenue in Dorchester. Date of the incident, February 7th, 2022. Employee on patron, assault and battery in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
I see no violation. The licensee was cooperative, escorted them out. They did the right thing. No violation for me.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 4, Sophia's Food Enterprise Corp. doing business as La Gran Manzana located at 22 Central Square in East Boston. Date of the incident, February 19th, 2022. Assault and battery, patron on employee in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A, and assault and battery, patron on patron in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
Okay. This was troubling to learn that the DJ took it upon himself to go out and take part in what was going on outside. They were properly staffed. They did call 911. And in between the call to 911, it did escalate. I think the real issue here is lack of training. I think the licensee, while they were cooperative, they need to retrain their staff, including all contractors, including the DJ. It was not the bar's fault. This was, in my opinion, a patron who was acted on their own and was violent. I see no violation on the part of the licensee, but I do see a need for retraining of the staff.
I totally agree. That's exactly how I was heard as well.
I agree. So are you asking for written correspondence?
Yeah, so my vote would be for no violation, but written correspondence regarding training of all of their employees, including the contractors and the DJs. And I would like them to notify the board when they put that training in place.
And maybe a note about those security agreements that we put in place are still in effect and really should be, they should be aware of them and follow them to the best of their ability.
Okay.
Great. So the vote is no violation with correspondence from the board regarding training of all staff, including contractors, and to notify the board of retraining and a reminder of their security agreement in place with the board.
Yes, please.
Item number 5, Fuente Cleaning Services, Inc., doing business as Valaris Columbia, located at 28 Bennington Street in East Boston. Date of the incident, February 27th, 2022. Overcrowding in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.03J, 1.06A, and F.
I'm persuaded that there was overcrowding, and my vote would be for a violation.
I agree.
And based on their prior history, it would be a written warning for me
Sure.
Sounds good.
for the lack of prior history for overcrowding.
Correct. Okay. Violation with a written warning. Item number 6, the licensee failed to appear and will be rescheduled for the next available hearing. Item number 7, Cork and Tip Tavern, Inc., doing business as Tavern at the End of the World, located at 108 Cambridge Street in Charlestown. Date of the incident, January 20th, 2022. Patrons on premise after closing hour, 2:45 a.m. in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
I see no violation, and I'm grateful that the licensee put preventative measures in after this incident to protect their staff. But this was a very unfortunate, scary incident, no violation.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 8, Guzman LLC, doing business as Madalo, located at 411 Chelsea Street in East Boston. Date of the incident, February 27th, 2022. Inoperable rear fire exit in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.06A.
I see a violation. My vote would be for a written warning.
I agree.
Item number 9, Savin Restaurant LLC, doing business as Savin Hill Bar and Kitchen and Ghost Pepper Taqueria, located at 112 Savin Hill Ave in Dorchester. Date of the incident, March 2nd, 2022. Locked fire exit in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.06A.
I see a violation. While it was not egregious, my vote would be for a written warning.
Sounds good.
Item number 10, Omni Boston Seaport Entertainment LLC, doing business as Omni Boston Hotel at the Seaport, located at 450 Summer Street. Date of the incident, March 8th, 2022. Service of alcohol to persons under 21 in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 34, 34A, 41, 64, 64A, and Board's Rule 1.08F, and disturbance by patrons in front of premise in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
No one observed the actual service of alcohol to people under 21 or the disturbance, so I am not able to find a violation here.
Yep, I didn't think we had enough.
Item number 11, McCarthy's Inc. of Boston, doing business as the Pudding Stone Tavern, located at 1592 Tremont Street in Roxbury. Date of the incident, March 14th, 2022. Persons under 21 in possession of alcohol on premise in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 34A, 34C, and 64, 64A.
I see a violation.
I do as well.
My vote would be for a written warning. And Danny, I'd like to add some correspondence from the board regarding their checking of IDs in their scanners. I wasn't persuaded by the testimony that there was perhaps a third ID that they checked.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Okay, violation with a written warning and correspondence from the board, reminding of them of their responsibilities to check IDs. Great. Item number 12, Russian Benevolent Society, doing business as Crystal Restaurant / Garage Room, located at 14 to 20 Linden Street in Alston. Date of the incident, April 30th, 2022. Assault and battery, patron on patron, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, Chapter 265, Section 13A. Assault by means of firearm in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 15A, and failure to call police in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.14B.
I see a violation, and I do not want to see them reopened until they have cooperated with D14. I think the board was pretty clear at the hearing last week that their lack of cooperation is a real issue for all of us. So my vote would be for an indefinite suspension.
I agree.
I agree.
Thank you. And, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Danny, with that indefinite suspension, I would request written correspondence about their future plans of staying closed or redeveloping either way, these violations follow the license. So I'm hoping this will urge them to cooperate with D14.
So just to make sure I understand the vote correctly, so there is a violation with an indefinite suspension not to be lifted until they have fully cooperated with D14 and provided written correspondence to the board of the future plans with this license.
Thank you. Yep.
Thank you. Moving on to the transactional hearing, which occurred yesterday, Wednesday, May 25th, 2022. Item number 1, Cholet SR LLC, doing business as North End Creamery, located at 121 Salem Street, has applied for a common vitular license to be exercised on the above. Manager Sandra Russo, hours of operation 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I do as well.
I agree.
Items number 2 and 3, J. Pache and Son Central Inc., doing business as J. Pache and Son, located at 75 Blossom Court, and J. Pache and Son Uptown Inc., doing business as J. Pache and Son Waterfront, located at 1 Park Lane, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to Cara Pache.
I vote to approve.
I do as well.
My vote as well.
Item number 4, Jimmy's Corner Inc., doing business as Jimmy's Corner, located at 143 P Street in South Boston, has petitioned to pledge the licensed stock and inventory to Newburyport 5 Cent Savings Bank.
I vote to approve.
I do as well.
My vote as well.
Item number 5, Roshan Inc., doing business as Richdale Food Shops, located at 23 Beacon Street, has petitioned to pledge the license to Rockland Trust Company.
I vote to approve.
I do too.
As do I.
Item number 6, Vesper LLC, doing business as Vesper Bar, located at 61 Brookline Ave, has petitioned to change the DBA of the licensed business to Plant Pub Fenway, and has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to Patrick Michael McCauley.
I vote to approve.
I do as well.
As do I. Sorry.
Items 7 and 8, Brado Brewhouse and Kitchen LLC, doing business as Brado Brewhouse and Kitchen, located at 190 North Beacon Street in Brighton, has petitioned to change the closing hour of the indoor licensed business on both the common vitular and farmer brewery pouring license from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m.
I vote to approve.
I do as well.
As do I.
Item 9, the Parish Cafe Inc., doing business as the Parish Cafe, located at 359 Boylston Street, has petitioned for a change of officers directors, has petitioned for a change of stock interest, and has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to Brian Poe.
I vote to approve.
As do I.
Item number 10, DA Crossing LLC, doing business as JM Curley, located at 21 to 27 Temple Place, has petitioned to amend the description of the licensed business to Plan 1, a restaurant on 2 floors, first floor consisting of 2 dining areas, 1 dining area with seating for 73 and a bar with seating for 14, and dining area 2 with seating for 31 and restrooms, basement with kitchen storage and small dining room for 10 patrons and seasonal outdoor patio located on public property with seating for 8 patrons between the hours of 11 a.m. and midnight. Plan 2, a restaurant on 2 floors, first floor consisting of 1 dining area with seating for 73 and a bar with seating for 14, another dining area for private events and restrooms, basement with kitchen storage and small dining room for 10 patrons, and seasonal outdoor patio located on public property with seating for 8 patrons between the hours of 11 a.m. and midnight. Has petitioned for a change of officer director LLC manager, a change in ownership interest and change of stock, and has petitioned to change the DBA of the licensed business to JM Curley / Bogey's Place / the Wig Lounge, and they have further added to change that to the Wig Shop Lounge.
Thanks, Danny, for reading that. I have no issues and I vote to approve all these changes, or this change.
I agree.
As do I.
Item number 11, MH Liquor LLC, doing business as Flan O'Brien's, located at 1619 Tremont Street in Roxbury, has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to Mission Hill Hospitality LLC, doing business as Yellow Door Taqueria Mission Hill at the same location. Colleen Haggerty, manager, 1 a.m. closing hour.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 12, Pursuit Inc., doing business as the Walrus and Carpenter, located at 200 Faneuil Hall Marketplace. Holder has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to the Oyster Bar Inc., doing business as the Walrus and Carpenter at the same location. Sergio Luis Goncalves, manager, 1 a.m. closing hour.
I vote to approve, and I have a note that they want us to issue the CV license so that they can open while their application is pending at the state. Is that right? I vote to approve.
That is correct, and that will be noted for the record. Item number 13, VJP LLC, doing business as the Wine Cave located at 71 to 75 Canal Street, has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to Massachusetts Package Store LLC, doing business as the Wine Cave at the same location. Slaterhurst manager, closing hour 11 p.m.
I have no issues. I vote to approve.
I agree.
And I agree on the last one too. I don't think we officially voted on the last one.
Oh, apologies. Did I move on too quick? Great. Sorry, on item number 13, the applicant had agreed not to sell nips or singles. Is that a condition you wanted to add on to the license?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Item number 14, Bucciolati Inc., doing business as Mama Maria, located at 3 North Square, has petitioned to transfer the license to Bucciolati LLC, doing business as Mama Maria at the same location. Ruben Maciel manager, closing hour 12 a.m. Has petitioned to amend the description of the licensed business to 4 floors to be licensed, consisting of a first floor with 3 rooms, 2 dining areas and kitchen, bathroom and common area, second floor with 4 rooms, 4 dining areas, bathrooms and common areas, third floor with 1 room, administrative and common area, and bathroom basement with 3 rooms, kitchen, service area, and storage on bathroom. Premises include 1 entrance and exit from North Square, 1 entrance and exit on Garden Court Street that is handicap accessible, and 1 side exit for emergencies and stock on Garden Court Street. Seating capacity of 32 on first floor, 57 on second floor.
Vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 15, LRTB LLC, doing business as Little Rose Taco Bar, located at 150 State Street, has petitioned to transfer the license to Apex Bar and Lounge Inc., doing business as Apex Bar and Lounge at the same location. Tito Jackson manager, closing hour 2 a.m. Has petitioned to amend the description of the license premise to approximately 2,013 square feet, located on 6th and 7th floors of a 7th floor building. Both floors accessed via staffed elevator directly into licensed premise. Main entrance to building located on State Street, 6th floor, approximately 1,012 square feet, with approximately 625 square feet of dining and service area with bathroom seating area for approximately 32 patrons, 1 dedicated stairway in addition to elevator. 7th floor, approximately 1,001 square feet with approximately 614 square feet of dining and service area with bathroom. Seating area for approximately 30 patrons, open air roof deck located on 7th floor, closing hour 2 a.m., 1 dedicated stairway in addition to the elevator. Thirdly, has petitioned to change the license type to a Section 12 club all alcoholic beverages license. And lastly, has petitioned to pledge the license to the Robert Weintraub Trust.
I'd like to defer this vote until we can clarify the license type and work with the licensee to ensure we get them back on our next agenda as soon as possible so that we don't delay their movement forward.
Okay.
So
Sorry,
a vote to defer.
Yep, I heard that. Sorry, Commissioner Saxon, did you
Yes, that's fine.
defer to clarify the license type?
Yes.
Item number 16, Hopsters LLC, doing business as Hopsters, located at 51 Sleeper Street, has petitioned to transfer the license and the location from the above to DW Cafe Corporation, doing business as DW Cafe, located at 23B Hudson Street. Christina Tranguan, manager, closing hour 11 p.m.
This was previously there was a restaurant here several years ago. I think this neighborhood can support another license of this type. My vote would be to approve this transfer.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 17, 100% Delicias Food Corporation, located at 635 Hyde Park Ave in Hyde Park, has petitioned to transfer the license and the location from the above to Jumbo Oriental LLC, doing business as Jumbo Seafood, located at 5 Hudson Street. Kenneth Long, manager, closing hour 2 a.m.
The board previously found public need for a license at this location. There were at the time some issues with the butters that the licensee has been working closely with on. So my vote would be to approve this transfer.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 18 has already been approved by this board and was only on the agenda to correct a legal defect if you notice.
Yep.
Item 19, 1625 Exchange Inc. doing business as the Ginger Exchange located at 1625 Tremont Street in Roxbury has petitioned to transfer the license and the location from the above to Dailongi Hot Pot Inc. doing business as Dailongi Hot Pot located at 14 Hudson Street. Closing hour 2 a.m. Lehman Chen manager. The applicant has also proposed changing the closing hour to 12 a.m. The DBA to Dynasty Hot Pot and a clerical fix to the address at 14A Hudson Street.
I would vote to approve this transfer pending receipt of a updated application that shows these changes they requested at the hearing yesterday.
Okay,
Makes sense.
Danny, none of those changes require additional publication, right?
That's correct. These are not changes that require additional advertising or community process. So once we receive the application, we can approve those.
Thank you.
Item number 20, Duarte Corp. doing business as Toronto located at 210 Hanover Street has petitioned to transfer the license and the location from the above to Shin Hakata Ramen Corp. doing business as Hakata Ramen located at 173 Massachusetts Avenue. Xiao Dan Liu manager, closing hour 2 a.m.
I vote to approve this transfer.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 21, E2 Seaport LLC doing business as Chloe located at 101 Seaport Boulevard has petitioned to transfer the license and the location from the above to Lulu Green LLC doing business as Lulu Green Cafe located at 246 West Broadway. Mary Latouf manager, closing hour 11 p.m.
The board already found public need for a license, this type of license at this location. My vote would be to approve this transfer.
I do as well.
I agree.
Item 22, Land of Beer MA LLC doing business as Land of Beer Wine and Spirit located at 1 South Station has applied for a retail package store all alcoholic beverages license to be exercised on the above. Manager Mohammed Sadiq, closing time 11 p.m.
They had, at the hearing yesterday, they had agreed to a earlier closing time of 8 p.m. They had also agreed to no nips and no singles, which shows a real appetite on the part of the licensee to work with their neighborhood and the interested parties. My real issue here is that there's no support from the transit, different transit groups. MBTA, Transit Police opposed it, and I think there was some other opposition. I'd like to defer this vote until we can get some more support or they continue to work with those groups. I'm not totally against the idea of this type of license at this location, but I think there's more work to be done at this point. So my vote would be to defer.
I still have thoughts about whether the commuter rail as an entity should be looped in, because I mean, their stated purpose is to service commuter rail riders on their way home. I feel like they should be involved.
They did. So Danny, can you explain? We received opposition from Keolis from the MBTA.
We did not receive a direct note from Keolis. We received a note from the MBTA superintendent of police who stated that he was in touch with Keolis, but there was no, to our knowledge, there was no direct outreach between the applicant and Keolis, which is the contractor for the.
I think that's lacking. I think that's a big missing piece.
Yeah.
I mean, their job is to enforce safety of riders on the trains, and if they feel like they can't do that, that this would make their job even more difficult, I would hesitate to approve this license.
Exactly.
I agree.
So we'll wait for all that, for them to get in touch with Keolis and get in touch with T-Police and the MBTA. Yeah.
Continue those conversations.
Do we want to see anything about the stated agreement that the management of South Station agreed to help police the seating area?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Something in writing.
Yeah, because not that I doubt it, but I'm skeptical about what they might have agreed to do in regards to keeping an eye on the seating area. trust but verify situation maybe.
So it sounds like generally the board is asking to defer this vote to allow the applicant for more process with the transit agencies kind of writ large.
And management of South Station.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 23, La Riqueza Market, Inc., doing business as La Riqueza Market, located at 132 Meridian Street in East Boston, has applied for a retail package store wines and malt beverages license to be exercised on the above. Jose Perez, manager, closing time 9 p.m.
I feel like they adequately describe public need for a few extra racks and coolers at this location. I see no reason why they can't move forward with their application, and my vote would be to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item number 24, Hunsa Inc., doing business as Kala Thai Cookery, located at 151 Hanover Street, has applied for a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license to be exercised on the above. Manager Manita Banagat Karn, closing time 11 p.m.
So I think the applicant adequately described public need for the type of license at this location, and I don't want to stop business from moving forward, but I am sensitive to Council President Flynn's desire to meet with them. So I would like to vote to approve this license, but ask the licensee to set up a meeting with Council President Flynn's office immediately. And I would hope that Council President Flynn's office would take that meeting immediately so that this application can move forward.
I vote to approve as well.
Sounds
There's no real abutters in this area. We looked into it, so I think it was this is a person who's representing herself and has been waiting a long time to get on our agenda. I wouldn't want to stop her progress moving forward. I know this can make a difference to her business, so I think with a conversation or two with Council Flynn's office, it could be a solid application moving forward.
Yeah, I vote to approve. Yeah.
And this is granted pending availability of a license for which they qualify.
Yes, pending availability of the license for which they qualify.
Yep, and the board will request that the applicant meet with the council president.
Yes.
Great. Item number
Thank you.
25. Item number
No,
25.
just thank you for the clarification. Yes.
Oh, of course. Thanks. Item number 25, Foundation Kitchen LLC, doing business as Foundation Kitchen, located at 32 Cambridge Street in Charlestown, has applied for a common victular 7-day wines and malt beverages license to be exercised on the above. Manager Henry Patterson, closing time 11:30 p.m. Applicant has also submitted a properly submitted application for approval of a management agreement with Fermenta LLC. It was not captured in the advertisement. Management agreement does not require advertisement. So they're asking the board to vote on that today as well.
My vote, I think they adequately describe public need. My vote would be to approve pending the availability of a license for which they qualify.
I agree.
I agree as well.
You and the vote regarding the management agreement?
I vote to approve.
Yes.
Great. Thank you. Moving on to non-hearing transactions. The following are applying for a new common victualer's license at a previously licensed location. Item 1, Flavor Boom LLC, doing business as Flavor Boom, located at 703 Center Street in Jamaica Plain. Chris Furlong, manager of record, hours of operation 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Which number is this, Danny?
So item number 1 on non-hearing transactions.
Oh, okay, sorry. I vote to approve.
I do too.
As do I.
Item 2, Westbury Food LLC, doing business as Westbury Food LLC, located at 1836 Center Street in West Roxbury. RD Cambora, manager of record, hours of operation 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I do too.
As do I.
Item 3, Brado Brewhouse and Kitchen LLC, doing business as Brado Brewhouse and Kitchen, located at 5 Spectacle Island. This will be a concession stand on the island, no seats. Jonathan Gilman, manager of record, hours of operation 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
As do I.
Item 4, Dublin House of Pizza LLC, doing business as Dublin House of Pizza, located at 197 Humboldt Avenue in Dorchester. Yasser Mohammed, manager of record, hours of operation 10 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
As do I.
Item 5, Wynn's Restaurant Inc., doing business as Thuong Nam Restaurant, located at 291 Adams Street in Dorchester. Kenny Dang, manager of record, hours of operation 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item 6, Happy Huang Family Inc., doing business as China Maxim, located at 241 Market Street in Brighton. Yilun Huang, manager of record, hours of operation Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and Sunday, 3 p.m. to 9:30 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
And item 7, Z&N LLC, doing business as Hao Shi Guang, located at 44 to 58 Harvard Avenue in Alston. Xu Zhang, manager of record, hours of operation 9 a.m. to midnight.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Following are applying for one-day amendments to their existing licenses. Item number 1, Costello's Tavern, doing business as Costello's Tavern, located at 723 Center Street in Jamaica Plain, has applied for a one-day amendment for a benefit to include approximately 6 parking spots in the rear of their establishment's back door to be used for overflow and fresh air, June 4th, 2022, from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m.
I vote to approve.
You too.
Agree.
Item 2, Adair Inc., doing business as Ned Divines, located at 2201 Faneuil Hall Marketplace, applied for a one-day amendment for a corporate family mass mutual conference to include an extension to their contiguous public areas of Faneuil Hall Marketplace on June 29th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I do too.
I agree.
Item 3, Charles River Speedway, located at 525 Western Avenue in Brighton, has applied for a one-day amendment for a grand opening block party that will include the tenants that are currently on their liquor license to serve additionally in specified areas, including Garage B and their pavers area. There will be demarcations to ensure no crossover to the other licensed premise Notch area. This is on June 12th, 2022, from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m.
I vote to approve.
Sounds good.
I agree.
And item 4, Yo Eve Corp., doing business as Master McGrath, located at 1152 River Street in Hyde Park, applied for a one-day amendment for a fundraiser to include extending alcohol, tables, chairs, food, and music onto the parking lot. This is on August 6th from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Following has applied to make changes to their existing dormitory license. The Mutah Corporation, doing business as MIT, located at 155 Bay State Road, has applied for a change of corporate name to Mutim House Corp.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
The board has before them a list of special one-day alcohol licenses that have been reviewed by staff and approved by the board. Several items on old and new business today. The first few are for acknowledgement. Item number 1, board is in receipt of a release of pledge of license and security interests from Santander Bank North America, releasing any previous pledges held on SIP Wine Bar and Kitchen Inc. located at 571 to 581 Washington Street.
Acknowledged.
Acknowledged.
Item 2, also for acknowledgement by the board has received from the Massachusetts Department of Revenue a notice of seizure of the 7-day malt and wine license of Bolifia Associates LLC, located at 1746 Washington Street, for non-payment of delinquent Massachusetts taxes.
Acknowledged.
No.
Item 3, for acknowledgement, the board is in receipt of correspondence from Hard Rock Cafe International, doing business as the Hard Rock Cafe, located at 20 Clinton Street, notifying the board of the closure of the establishment at its current location, the intent to renew its 2023 CV 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, and the intent to relocate within a year.
Acknowledged.
No.
And item 4, for acknowledgement, the board is in receipt of correspondence from 154 Maverick LLC, doing business as Maverick House Tavern, located at 154 Maverick Street in East Boston, to clarify the ownership and operation of the license and to request that the board conclude any informational hearing of which this license is the subject.
Acknowledged.
Acknowledged.
The remainder are for vote. Item number 5, the board deferred the following to allow for completion of the community process, which has since occurred. David Conjay, doing business as Frite Restaurant, located at 532 River Street. This was an application for a common victualler only license hours 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. They have since met with the application and received general support from the neighborhood.
I vote to approve.
I do as well.
I agree.
Item 6, board deferred the following to allow for completion of the community process. Amsterdam and Broadway's Best LLC, doing business as Amsterdam and Broadway's Best Pizza, located at 483 East Broadway in South Boston. This was a petition to amend the closing hour of the licensed business to extend to 3 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. The Office of Neighborhood Services did convene an abutters meeting afterwards where it received support from the abutters.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Item number 7, board deferred the following to allow for completion of the community process. Depot Realty LLC, doing business as Regina Pizza at the Depot, located at 353 Cambridge Street in Brighton, holder of a common victular license. This was a transfer to Depot Dining Inc., doing business as Depot Dining at the same location. Douglas Bacon, manager, closing hour 2 a.m., and also petition to pledge the license and inventory to Seller Depot Realty LLC. This was deferred to allow the applicant to meet with the Alston Civic Association, who has since provided a letter of support.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Thank you. Item number 8, the board deferred the following to allow for completion of the community process. Archana Corp., doing business as Easy Market, located at 77 Stoughton Street. This was an application for a retail package store, wines and malt beverages license. Manager Devyani Patel, closing time 9 p.m. We have received a letter of support from the Jones Hill Association, which has jurisdiction of this space. We also received a letter of opposition from the Dorchester North Neighborhood Association, which is not the neighborhood association for this location.
Thanks, Danny. I think the applicant adequately described public need for this type of license at this location, and there was support from the neighborhood association. My vote would be to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
And item number 9, the board deferred the following to allow for completion of the community process. Rupel Corporation, doing business as J&J Discount Mini Mart, located at 131 West Broadway in South Boston. This was an application for a retail package store, wines and malt beverages license. Michael David Gannon, manager, closing time 9 p.m. This was deferred to allow them to meet with the St. Vincent Neighborhood Association. They do not provide letters of support or opposition. We have heard from Neighborhood Services that there was general support for this at their community meeting, with one resident expressing opposition.
I think the applicant adequately described public need for this type of license at this location. This is an area that's going to be subject to a lot of development in the area. I think the neighborhood is changing. I think my vote would be to support this application.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Thank you. That was a lot. And those are all of the items before the board today. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.